Privet comrades, it is Mikhail here. And we are going to do a long session today, since we have a story stage, or whatever you want to call it, story note here. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long day. Yeah. I think I'm gonna read this and then I'm just gonna, take a break. Continue this in the evening or something. Right now it's afternoon for me, so yeah. I'm just gonna read this and then I'm gonna take a break. Knowing this event, it's gonna take like an hour or some shit with this story thing, because Zwillingstürme in Herbst is probably the longest Arknights story we've gotten so far. Yeah. I do believe it overtook Lone Trail as the longest story, so yeah, I think this is going to take a long time. So after I've done this, I'm gonna go eat something or something, whatever. Take a break, but yeah, let's go. Actually, give me a moment there. I'm just gonna check something real quick. Alright, that's okay. Let's go. Ah, there she is. The rising of the Udica's secret chamber destroyed the original plate of Ludwig's Universitat. Coupled with the influence of Herkunftshorn's arts, the school can no longer function normally. For now, the Empress's voice have taken over the cleanup operation from the Gendarmerie. Unaffected students and faculty have been relocated to neighboring Ostendorf. That sounds so weird. Anyway, the cleanup will take about a week. Thereafter, they will be able to return to campus. No need. Ludwig's Universitat's library will be relocated to, holy fuck, Neo-Leopoldshof, and under the purview of the Rijksmuseum. The other campuses and faculties will be merged into the... Holy shit, dude, what the... Holy fuck. Reichskunst Academy in Baxhof. The Gesangswatcher will be in charge of disposing of all the remaining plates belonging to Arturia. But then Ludwig's Universitat will... Oh, there she is. I do not want to make her angry, that's for sure. Ludwig's Universitat will become history. Your Majesty, are you surprised? When I received the summon, I thought... You thought I would be Lieselot. My apologies. You did well. Lieselot thinks very highly of you. Dankeschön, Your Majesty. If you hadn't graced us with your presence yesterday, it's behind us, no need to speak of it again. Your Majesty, there is one other thing. Oh? Arturia, the one at Sancta. I bumped into her and she mentioned my father. Oh, I was looking forward to when those two would be meeting. That's interesting. Sad we didn't get to see it though. I would like to know if she had something to do with his death, if you would permit me. We've been over this, Hochberg. The case of the Witch King's remains stealing a copy of the Goodness Gazette has been closed. Oh, there she is. Brent? Your Majesty, you are here as well. Have you come to see Cora? She is currently rehearsing the Goodness Gazette. The delay caused by the Witch King's remains has us all worried about tomorrow's performance. Rest assured, the movement is flawless at all times. Cora said the same. How long have you gone without a break? Why not take a vacation after the celebration? You could go back to Sturmland together, not as a Reichsorchester tuner and Gesangswatcher, but as Cora and Brandt. This is a reward, not a punishment, for mopping up the Witch King's remains. You and Viviana have done fine work and I've taken notice. Just remember that opportunity does not last forever. Some things must be said before it's too late. Thank you, Your Majesty, for the reminder. And another thing, I'll need at least 20 Gesangswatcher for tomorrow's celebration. What? Does Grimmark know about this? Every year, das Kaiserinnensfest begins with Reichsorchester's performance of the Gyldensgesetz and ends with my duet with Hildegard. I wonder, this year, will the people still appreciate our performance? I have no doubt, Your Majesty. Could I ask you a question, Brand? By all means. Assume your most prized possession has a crack in it. Would you turn a blind eye to it? Pretend you didn't notice? I mean, I would fix it, I guess. Hey, there he is. That's the homie. Ah, yes. You're going to leave Zwillingstürme? Arturia is under control. I will return to Laterano and report to His Holiness, the Pope. We will subsequently seek formal legal cooperation from Lefania. Alright, but I should remind you. Tomorrow is das Kaiserinnensfest. Zwillingstürme will be very lively. Young people from other regions, even other countries, will join in the merrymaking. Correct. I had noticed an increase in foot traffic. And so I want to ask, Herr Executor, won't you stay for just one more day? Please explain why I do that. Arturia has been apprehended, the copy of the Gyldensgesetz has been recovered, and the Witch King's remains has been more or less wiped out. It seems like everything's all taken care of, but I can't shake this uneasy feeling. Grimmark says I have a unique sense for danger. I mean, of course, it might just be my imagination. For matters pertaining to international Lefanian affairs, I suggest you confer with your Empress. She's been too busy to see me today, so that's why you have time to escort me out of the city. I had assumed this was an official duty. A duty? No, it's not my duty to monitor you. And having come all the way to Zwillingstürme, wouldn't you like to stay a bit longer? Make some new friends? See the sights? Friends and sights? Are you looking at that coffee shop? I could try the drink Loris recommended before I leave. Herr Sancta! You are Julia's brother Jan. Do you work at this coffee shop? Yeah, I need to save money so I can study abroad when I'm ready. I thought I'd never see you again. I heard that the executors at the Lateran Notarial Hall carry out the wills of the Lateran citizens, is that right? An acceptable summary. And you also solve cases? So long as it's part of the binding document, I will do everything in my power to carry it out. Like a true motherfucking G! Anyway, sorry. Wunderbar. Loris left me a key before he died. He said there were clues about my sister's case in his house. But I'm not a detective after all, and wasn't sure who to give the key to. Oh, a new case. Yes. A good, yes. A good point to keep Federico here. That's awesome. He can't leave yet. We need him in this story. This is the residence of Loris Borden. This is a home in Zwillingstürme. You've barely known Borden for an afternoon and he left you his entire house? What he left me are clues to a case. Look, the wall, the table, the drawers, everywhere. These are all clues regarding Julia Schuller, the girl who disappeared over 10 years ago. And a letter. Loris claimed to have accepted defeat, but actually he never gave up on the case. I almost forgot that you're a case-solving machine, even if they made you a graph and granted you the tallest buyer in Zwillingstürmhof. You hardly blink, would you? A false premise, that is. There is no precedent for a Lateran saint being conferred a title by another country. And what do you have to do with Lateran sainthood? Are you suggesting that you, Herr Executor, bear the title of saint? Yes. Like the founders of the popes? I am unclear on what you mean by like in this context, but normally, yes. I may need to reevaluate our need to monitor you, Herr Saint. You are an executor to an empress. I had assumed you had some familiarity with my background. I thought I did too. Do not worry, whether or not I hold the title of saint is not particularly relevant to my work in Lefania. My executorial duty is to capture Arturia, as well as executing the wills of Lateran citizens. As the Arturia case is on temporary hold, Fulfilling the will of Loris Borden is my next objective. Was that hesitation? I've never seen you hesitate before. I still have questions about the Arturia case. What questions? I need to think. Federico looks at the piano to the side of the room. Oh yeah, he does. He does have to complete Loris's will because he was a Lateran citizen. So if he left a case to Federico, he obviously had to solve that case because it was in his will. Huh. That's actually pretty cool. Anyway, like most Lefanians, Loris had musical instruments in his home. However, judging from the many files and photos on his bench, he did not play the piano often. Simply tap the black and white keys in a certain rhythm and a melody will be created. People have taken such immediate feedback for granted, yet there are still many questions that, once sprouted, are pushed away unanswered. Okay, I did not expect to see Federico play the piano. I am going to take a picture of that. That is not something I expected to see today. The piece you just played, is it the one from yesterday at Ludwig's University? Der Tod des Hexenkönigs. Arturia interpreted the emotions of Loris Borden and Brent Reiner, as well as the others who witnessed the Witch King's demise. She turned their strongest feelings into notes, creating this piece. I want to know what she discovered in those emotions. The notes may be the same, but the feelings are so different. Herr Executor, are you and Arturia really related by blood? If misplaying an instrument were a crime, you might as well be arrested as soon as you step out the door. I did not play a single note wrong. But there were no emotion whatsoever. You can't grasp music by memorizing its rules. You have to picture the emotion it conveys. For example, Loris Borden, you have to become him. Imagine the night he charged into the Witch King's spire. Picture how he became a hero, how crestfallen he was by Julia's case and... When you finally forced yourself to doubt yourself and find yourself wavering lost like me, you'll finally realize that you need a strength, a reason. And that's when you'll discover that the law offers no guidance. Why do barriers never cease to be? Is mankind doomed never to understand one another? The tiniest chaos is enough to shatter the order. The moment confusion envelops, people begin to hurt one another. Each era has its own trials and tribulations for which we can only prepare to the best of our ability. It is certain, however, that you have been chosen because it believes that you have the ability to respond to the unknown. You are well aware that there is another side besides yourself, very unique among the Sancta. Bring her back if possible. I need to meet with her face to face. Feed, your whole life you have been different from all the others. Can you really not see everything I see in the music? Thanks to Grimac, both my ears and my soul have been saved. A failed attempt, I take it? Let's not try that again. We have to acknowledge that some people simply lack the talent for music. Yes, I cannot empathize with Loris or anyone else. Nor do I see the illusions created by the notes. But I do have realized that emotions are also information. What do you mean by that? As you said, Arturia's performances are completely different from mine. The notes arranged in order have no inherent meaning, but with added emotion they become a piece of music beloved by you people. And so I have come to understand that emotion is a kind of additional information. Arturia played her music, playing the hearts of Loris and others to extract information from their powerful emotions that even they themselves could not retrieve. This is something only Arturia can do. Her objective has not yet been achieved, nor will she abandon it. There will be even greater chaos in the coming days here in Zwillingstürme. Are you certain? I could spend time explaining the finer logic to you, but I assess that you will find it difficult to share my thought process. As such, I suggest you consider my conclusion a kind of intuition. Herr Executor, there is someone you should see. She can help you. Yes, meet with Viviana. Come on, I need to see the main characters together. Come on. Congratulations, you are about to be rid of me. What? I shouldn't say such things? What would you want to hear? Mockery, anger, curses, or a seemingly invisible enemy pulled straight from a story begging for mercy before their departure from the stage? Don't forget, you wanted to see me. Whenever you have doubts, you unconsciously seek out my voice. You want to hear me deny you, and then, in denying me, you can win some silly comfort for yourself. It is not I who needs you. You need me. Bloodline of Urtica Franz Ebenhorst. Without me, what does your future hold? It's done. What do you mean? What's done? I've removed the voice of mundane from your head. But nothing happened, is that it? It could never summon the Genesis horn in the first place. It's like watching a crowd of people nervously gathering to light a fuse and blow Zwillingstürme up only to hear a soft pop like a Gloompincer's depressing fart. But didn't you say the melody of the Witch King could open the door to the Genesis horn? Yes, the right melody. Do you think you can open a locked door with any old key? Don't compare my research on Herkun's horn with the pile of rubbish they stuffed into your brain. Huh. Interesting. So he removed the curse that Gerhard did. So he is a good guy, alright. A weird, very weird good guy, but I suppose he did help. Interesting. Those idiots and their infected bombing couldn't manage a thing. Ha, the voice of mundane. Do the people who come up with this stuff even know the difference between a proper creation and a belch? Was it Gerhard who filled your heads with all this? Would you mind if I dug him up and knocked him around a bit more? But they told me the voice of mundane housed the Witch King's avatar. Avatar? Avatar. That'd be like me rolling my soul into a ball and tossing it into the amphitheater beneath the spire for you stupid lambs to kick about. You really think that can be done? That's enough, boy. I'm in a bad mood, a positively rotten one. I thought by doing this one last favor for Grimmark, I'd be able to take my things and finally be rid of this wretched place. Who'd have thought those masked morons would have made a fool of me? No, they made me a whole circus. I should have Ermengarde look me over, see if a Lich's age has any effect on his brain. He said the voice of mundane is just noise. It is certainly a melody left by the Witch King, that's true. But Gerhard and his men misunderstood its power. It isn't the key to the Witch King's legacy. Then what about the voice in my head? I don't understand the arse behind it. The problem of the voice of mundane has been resolved. You may still suffer headaches and hallucinations, but I expect they won't be so bad going forward. Just to be safe, you should stay here in West for a while, then leave Zwillingstürme and after das Kaiserinnensfest. So the voice of mundane is just my imagination then? All these years and all of my struggles were just in my head? In the somewhat more figurative sense. Apparently I have nothing whatsoever to do with any grand plans of those lofty conspirators. And so to speak of killing myself before I went mad. Ha, I've been mad for a long, long time. I don't have time to discuss this with you. Right. Your grandfather says that the rubbish in my head tainted the research on Herkun's horn. So why care about me, an inferior product? Particularly after we've known that none of his power lies within me. I can't summon a catastrophe cloud with a wave of my hand, nor can I cleave a spire with a swing of a sword. What do you want? The power is still there. Since you've removed the voice of mundane, why not kill me? The voice of mundane is not the key, meaning I'm of no use to the Twin Empresses. Why not burn me and mine to ashes like all the experiments of the Witch King era? Because there is no need? Is that it? Then what about my brother? He died. He died because of a stupid plan, like, to borrow a phrase, like a gloom princess depressing thought. Such nonsense, such irony. He was grateful, you know, right up until he died. Grateful for our meeting, grateful for the instructor who taught him the cello. But our meeting was exploited by Gertrude. The teacher he admired was mixed up with the Witch King's remains. Ha, and now you tell me the voice of Mundane was all a wacky misunderstanding the entire time? So we lived, died, met, parted, all for what? Where is the meaning in any of it? Alright, if you want an answer, I'll tell you. You're right, there was no meaning in any of it. Set aside the Urtica name. Without the voice of Mundane, you are nothing but a self-absorbed, self-harming, self-destructive, empty shell of a pretty boy. Perfect, you actually did it. Now take up your arch unit. Why not unwrap the bandages on your sword? That would make this execution go even smoother. The man before me is unworthy of it. Even now you just have to humiliate. Then fight back. Prove me wrong by your actions. Ugh. You loathe the bloodline of the Witch King, but have you ever sought out the victims of his persecution? To make amends, to help them, to compensate them? You loathe the title of Graf Urtica, but have you ever looked into the safety of the commoners? Taken note of the decline of your domain, caught between the twin empresses and the Witch King's remains? You lament being the only survivor, but you have not been cherishing the life ahead of you. Instead, you constantly throw yourself into danger. You say you were a prisoner of your spire, but who in the end has never looked beyond his cage at anyone else? Lessing's sword moves so quickly that dodging is nearly impossible. He's barely spoken so many words in one breath. At first, Ebenhall has no intention of dodging, but almost instinctively the originium dice float into the air. Arts pour out uncontrollably like fiery rage. Blood, title, duty, everything was forced upon me by fate. I tried. I stood against it. In the end, you tell me there was never any need to. Why? Why did I have to go through all this when I'm nobody at all? Lessing's sword presses against Ebenhall's throat. The originium dice fall to the side. The battle is over, the outcome is a surprise to no one. Our fight against fate never belonged to any of us. And so, what does the suffering we've endured even count for? I never received a noble's education, and I don't throw around words like fate. I only know that all the suffering is real. I've seen street hawkers beaten by a gendarmerie in the alleyways. I've seen old men freeze to death on the roadside after losing their farmland to the rural nobility. They'll never see the Witch King, the Twin Empresses, or the Kurfürsten in their life. They'll never have the time or energy to contemplate fate, suffering, or meaning. That's life in the shadow of the spires for the great masses of Lefania. Please don't kill Ebenholz. He is one of my operators, you know. I would prefer if you didn't kill him. He's good, man. Please don't fucking kill him. No one can overcome an abstract concept. If you want revenge, choose a concrete target. The Witch King, the Twin Empresses, the still living remnants. We fight to survive. If we don't stop until our own blood or that of our enemies runs dry. Fight. The Witch King's legacy still exists wherever it is. Enemies shrouded in darkness may find it at any moment and use it to unleash suffering on the great masses once again. You can stay in this spire and continue lamenting your fate, or you can challenge me again and die by my hand. Or you can join me in seeking the Witch King's legacy. Help me find the true culprit who may still be alive in some form. Choose. Ebenholz feels the sword against his throat, still wrapped in bandages. Were it not wrapped, he would have smelled blood. Of course, this does not mean that Lessing can't kill him. The warrior's expression is cold, but his eyes burn with anger. Why is he angry? Why does he still have expectations for a man like him? Would you kindly pass me my arch unit? Good boy. Good boy, Ebenholz. Good boy. Good choice. There she is. Give me more Viviana. Why aren't they here? Frau Hochberg, what is it you're looking for? Sketches. Frida Siemens' drawings. Since Herr Reiner and I left, has anyone else been in this room? No suspicious individuals, meine Dame. After you and Herr Gesatzwatcher left, the Imperial casters carefully inspected the entire alley. After confirming no traces of the Witch King's remains and no dangerous witchcraft or items, they left. Are the drawings you're looking for involved in some important case? A case? Viviana recalls Gemark's words. The case of the Witch King's remains stealing a copy of the Goodness Gazette has been closed. No. It's merely personal. Frau Siemens' work is incredibly beautiful. It always evokes some marigold memories in me. Please don't alert the others though. I don't want too many people to know I've been here. Of course, rest assured, the Gendarmerie will never disclose your movements. Oh no, come on, I want more. Oh, okay, good. I thought we were switching scene again. Oh shit, what? So lovely, marigolds, sunlight. Such beautiful things tend to inspire creativity and nurture emotion. No wonder so many Lithuanian artists love this alley. Werner von Hochberg, he was obsessed with it until the day he died. Might you be Frau Giallo? Were you taken away by Gemark's casters? I'm certainly not here. And you didn't really bump into your father back there either. This is all in your imagination. Is this also an effect of your arts? You're rather skilled in originium arts yourself. What do you think? I haven't noticed anything unusual. People often misunderstand my arts. The truth is, I can't do very much at all. People are just ignorant of their own hearts. Or even if they do know, they're unwilling to face themselves. I told you the first time we met, my melodies resonate with the emotions deep inside the human heart. And once they ripple, they are hard to ignore. It's you who wants to change your father's fate. The one talking to you now, well, I'm afraid it's you yourself. Is that so? You yearn to know the cause of your father's death. You fear that the conspiracy of the Witch King's remains is not yet through. You suspect that the farce performed at Ludwig's Universität was just a diversion. You wonder if perhaps the Kaiserinnen wanted to kill the Kurfürst? 9. Ah, but you see, you can't hold back the birth of this fun. If your father was standing here, what would he do? My father? He wouldn't do anything. He would accept fate's plan and turn away, even though he would go on to live with endless pain and regret. And so what about you? Would you do the same? He and I. Frau Giel? Do not misunderstand me for that distant relative of mine. There is no need for you to brandish your arts unit in my direction. Hey, they finally meet! Let's go! Oh my god, I've been waiting for this. The whole fucking event, dude. Let's fucking go. This whole area is encircled by Lithuania's finest gendarmerie. Who are you, Herr Sancta? I am an executor. I work with Michael. Michael is a good boy. I guess I can trust you. That went surprisingly well. At Michael's suggestion, I would like to provide a clue regarding Arturia. What is it? There is a high probability that she is planning an even more serious incident. Signora Viviana von Hochberg, it is my hope that we can cooperate and put a stop to her plans. Yes, let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! No! Oh fuck, now I wanted more shit. Oh my god, that was so good! Oh. Dude, for every stage, I'm liking this event more and more. Fuck, man. Alright, I'm gonna go take a break here. I'll be back very soon, in a couple of hours, I guess. But obviously for you, there won't be any pause at all. So, for you, see you very soon, comrades. And we're back, so let's go. Oh, we got 2 lanes to defend. Oh shit, we can't even defend up here. Okay. Interesting. That's a Federico turret right there. And this one is just straight over here. Yeah. Very simple map. There's not even any... Is there? Oh, this... Is that what? It probably is one. There wouldn't be much else on the map. Yeah. Anyway. Right, only 4 types of enemies, so you might as well continue. Oh, almost picked the wrong team. I was playing another mode, so I was doing Mudrock's mission. So anyway, that's besides the point. I do need to use her crack spreader, so let's go do that as best we can. She can easily defend on her own, so that's fine. It is Mudrock after all. Alright, let's go. There she is. Shut up! Fucking phone, I'm busy. Stop knocking on the windowsill. Are you still trying to escape? As you can see, I'm unable to play my solo because it's been arch-locked. It is uncomfortable. Unless you would care to join me for a chat? Absolutely not. Very well, then I suppose I'll have to wait for another guest. Try anything funny and we'll bind your arms and legs with arts. My apologies, but Grimmark has forbidden anyone from meeting with Arturia. Not even Empress's voice? No exceptions. Then what about Invignatus Envoy? Invignatus send you? Was that not clear enough? Now this is a surprise. To think you'd be the first to come and see me. This is the second time we've met Arturia. Oh, more than that I would think. How many times have we met in the sound of music? I see your words are as mysterious as your music, and yourself. Me? Mysterious? On the contrary, I'm far more open and frank than most. So an Empress's voice, a paragon of law and order, has come to meet with a dangerous villain alone, even going as far as to fake an Empress's orders to do so. That must have taken quite a bit of determination. You knew I wasn't sent by Invignatus? There's nothing she could possibly want to ask me, but you, Viviana, your face is full of question marks. So what would you like to know from your former enemy? Allow me to guess you want to know the truth behind your father's death? Yeah. That said, I'm not used to answering questions. Do I need to offer you something in exchange? A trade? How about you simply open yourself up to me and allow me to search your heart? That's... Oh, pardon my impertinence. Then let's tell a story together, as usual. No, I need this. Hold on. Dude, that's so funny. Anyway. Once upon a time, there was a child who lived on top of a tower in the middle of a storm. Until the age of 9, she never left her little room in the tower. You know my... Oh, don't give me that look. Like I said, this is simply a story we're telling together. Imagine that you are part of it and reach out to yourself. Very well. Tell me, what is it about the tower that left the deepest impression on the child? The window. It was a small room. The window was small too. You could reach out and touch the cold wet clouds. The storms rarely abate in Stormland, do they? Yeah, dark lighting often knocked on the window. My mother would hold me telling me stories and reading me poems in a soft, gentle voice. What about your father? One night a week he would come to the spire where I lived, bringing me books and teaching me to play instruments. You look forward to those meetings. Did you leave your room and wait for him at the top of the staircase when it was almost time? When I was little, but I stopped. What happened? The skies were very dark that day. It had been a long time since my father's last visit. I was out of candles and I wanted to find some, so I went further than I usually did. I saw so many children and adults. The music combined with their laughter was louder than the thunder. That's when you realized that not every child had to stay in their room like you did. That they could hold their parents' hands and dance and sing to their heart's delight. Yeah. Did you see your father there? Did you look for him? I wanted to. but my mother pulled me back. She covered my ears and tried to cover my eyes too. It hurt a bit, but I didn't dare say anything. She brought you back to your little room. Did you look up? Nine, I closed my eyes. I heard my mother crying, but I didn't dare look at her. Didn't dare? Yeah, I didn't go down the stairs. I didn't dare look for my father anymore. I never looked up again, even after my mother passed away, when my father sent me away from the spire. Why not? My father was a cultist. He and my mother weren't married. My existence was a secret that would hurt my mother and make things difficult for my father if anyone found out. No, that's not what I'm asking. How did you feel? Me? You were the one trapped in the spire. You were the one forbidden to recognize your father. You were the one who watched your mother waste away. You were the one sent away from home. When you went to Casimir's and decided to become a knight, you held a sliver of expectation. After all the stories of your childhood, the stories about knights had long been your source of comfort. But you soon realized you were no more than a puppet of the General Chamber of Commerce. Even your childhood in the spire was boiled down to an exotic label, the Lefanian, an advertisement destined to sell in the markets of both countries. You left the arena after getting on the wrong side of the KGCC. You thought you would finally have some peace and quiet, only to be summoned back to Lefania by a letter from your father. And once again, you find your fate written by another illegitimate child competition knight empress's voice. You never chose any of these identities. And it all started on that spire at the top of those stairs. You're right. It's been so many years, but sometimes I feel like I'm still there. Like I never left it. Once again, think back to the memory that left the deepest impression. That day when your father took your hand and descended the seemingly endless stairs, you didn't look up. I couldn't. If I did, he would see the tear stains on my face and the tears in my eyes. Anger. I already lost my mother. Why are you pushing me away like this? Yeah, I had nothing. Why abandon me? I already lost my mother. Why did I have to lose my father too? Why couldn't you have waited in Marigold Alley just a little longer? Why did you wait for me to come back only to leave me again once I returned with hope in my heart? Arturia does not answer. She simply gazes at Viviana at the ripples in the lake of her eyes. If silence can be considered an expression of sound, then their emotions could resonate even without a melody. Anger, frustration, pain, the same emotions reflected in Arturia's eyes. She sighs and awakens the dreamer from her memory with gentle words. That's enough story time. Kurfürst Werner was my friend, Viviana. Our meeting was so ordinary that it hardly worth mentioning. He was a high noble, but also a sensitive and romantic artist. We often spoke about music. A few months ago, his envoy found me while I was traveling. He knew his days were numbered. All he wanted was to see his beloved again through my music. He wanted to see Mother? Not just Lucinda, but you as well. Werner did reminisce about his romance with Lucinda, but he spent even more time in that little room on the spire. Those nights with you and your mother were his only comfort in those painful early days as Kurfürst. That's how I knew your story. So it wasn't... No, I did not use hearts on you. I'd already met you countless times through Werner's mind's eye. You must hear this often, but you really are so much like your father. I know. But it was only when I saw you in person that I realized you're more than just that flickering candle. More than what? You're so much stronger, so much tougher than a candle flame. Now I told you everything I could. Kurfürst Werner died over the copy of the Goodness Gesetz. On that matter, you know as much as I do. You told me he knew his end was coming, which means he knew how he would die. Correct. Protecting the Goodness Gesetz was his vow to the twins, and his duty as Kurfürst of Sturmland. Whether it was the movement or its loss of the responsibility and blame lies solely on Sturmland. Only by giving his life for it could he protect his beloved ones. And House Hochberg, all while ridding himself of a ticking time bomb. It was all for the goodness Gesundheit? I think I understand. One last bit of advice to thank you for your trust and sincerity. When I first saw you, I also saw the shadow behind you. But now, it's growing, filling the entire staircase outside. Thank you, Arturia, for the answers. My dear Viviana, how pitiful, how noble. Will you be swallowed by the shadow? Oof on that one. Jesus. You made it. You move so quickly, Herr Eirik. I could hardly keep up. Pardon my excitement. I thought I wouldn't be able to leave Stormland, but the Empress's voice delayed the visit. Kurfürst and succession ceremonies rarely take this long, not since the reign of the Witch King. Stop worrying. While in Zwillingstürme, what could be more important than seeing their majesties? Hurry, and we may even secure a seat closer to the Twin Spires before anyone else arrives. Hey, why is that man not moving? Guten Tag. Are you here for das Kaiserinnensfest too? I suppose so. Where is your instrument then? What are you going to do for the ensemble? The ensemble? The ensemble of the Goodness, the most important part of the ceremony, bathing in the glory of both the golden melody and the Fanya. This is my master's first time attending. I have his flute with me. Oh, of course, do forgive my nosiness. Which crease do you hail from? Does it matter? Oh no, I didn't mean to pry, only that it's customary for those from the same kreis to stand together. I see. Please go ahead, we will follow. Oh, very good then. I mean, danke meine Herr. May Grimok's glory and Ivignar's blessing orbit you like the sun. Oh shit, look at this! Seen the Tourism's Spire for the first time? The white dress of Ivignar, the eternal grace. The black blade of Grimok, the austere authority. Their two spires resemble them so very much. The twin spires are Zwillingstürme's namesake. They are the pride of Lefania. No matter how beautiful, they are no more than two elaborate cages. An apt metaphor. Das Kaiserinnensfest. They say it's all for Lefanians, but only nobles are allowed to join the ensemble at the amphitheater. It is, in effect, a performance of an arts ritual. A ritual? Did you see the bridge connecting the spires? That's why the two empresses play every year. The sound of the pipe organ and violin are amplified by the resonance between the buildings, spreading to every corner of Zwillingstürme. So it's some kind of arts. The old man told me that is the work of Herr Kumshorn. He turned Vidunion into a massive arts device with the bell tower of Weinshof at the center. And the twin empresses have built upon the Witch King's arts. To avoid making the same mistake as him, they set the twin spires as the center of the resonance, effectively tuning the entire city and making it virtually impossible to assail the spires from the side. Anyone wanting to attack the Kaiserinnen will either need to destroy the entire palace area where the spires are located or work from within. Spoken like someone who's given some thought to planning such an attack. But wait, don't tell me you actually... If we see the Genamarie or the Empress's voice, remind me to run faster than you. Quiet. The celebration is about to begin. People are coming. Try to blend into the crowd. Don't just stand there like earlier. What about when the ensemble begins? You didn't bring any instruments unless your sword is a fair bit more versatile than it looks. If the ensemble begins. The fuck? Hold on. I met that distant relative of yours. Exactly as you predicted, you offered a generous lead. Perhaps they really are trapped in some kind of illusion they created. What if the Witch King's remnants aren't trying to use the goodness Gazans to get to the Witch King's legacy, but to use the Witch King's powers to tamper with it? What if their goal has never truly changed? What are you still doing here, meine Dame? All the Empress's voices in Zwillingstürme has been summoned to the amphitheater. I'll be on my way. This cell holds a dangerous felon and is quite far from the amphitheater. I'll need to contact Grimmax. I would not recommend that. A Sancta? What's a Sancta doing here? Let's catch him together, meine Dame. He may well be in league with Arturia. Sorry. I was about to ask your opinion on how to handle this. So if I weren't here, you would have simply done it yourself? My presence here already violates diplomatic protocol. An additional rule being broken is of little consequence other than in terms of the subsequent cleanup. You are an Empress's voice. Mikhail has told me of your circumstances. I appreciate your kind gesture. Huh? It was my own decision to visit Arturia. I didn't want my father's death to be meaningless. I didn't want to keep my head down, pretend nothing had happened. I wanted to fight for something, to finally seize my own fate with my two hands. You chose to let Arturia perform your heart's music? Nein. The melody was always there, echoing in my heart. I just chose not to listen to it until now. I believe she's telling the truth, that the goodness Gazans is at the heart of the problem. The Imperial casters have recovered a copy of the goodness Gazans. However, I have learned that Arturia has an accomplice with whom she was in close contact. The available evidence indicates that this person may not have been the mastermind behind the Ludwig's Universität incident. Then we can assume that the Witch King's remnants have already obtained the arts recorded in the copy. The goodness Gazans will be performed by over 10,000 people at the amphitheater. If the Witch King's remnants are in that crowd, the consequences will be unimaginable. I would like to share our current findings with Mikhail. Sure, he may be able to persuade Grimmax. But that's not enough. We must take action ourselves, even without their Majesty's permission. Shit, dude, this is about to escalate. The musicians and instruments are in position, Frau Löwenstein. Very well. Give me a moment while I double check the amplification arts. You're back, Emily. Did you forget something? No need to be nervous. This is your first public performance as part of the orchestra. Just hold your instrument steady and focus on the melody. Pay no mind to anyone watching. Oh, it's you. Adjust the direction of that arts unit, will you? Turn it counterclockwise 17 degrees. Yeah, that's how it should sound. But why are you here at this hour? Is Ivignata still concerned about the effect of the performance? Frau Löwenstein, where are the other musicians? At the amphitheater. The performance of the goodness Gazans will begin in 10 minutes. The Reichsorchestra needs a good start under the direction of the Kaiserinnen. Only 10 minutes? The Kaiserinnen's weathercasters have forecasted the exact time of today's sunset. As per custom, the performance of the goodness Gazans will conclude just as the last ray fades. The rehearsal schedule has been hard, but we'll be able to rest once we get through this evening. You too, Viviana. I've been thinking you'll need to find a long-term residence in Zwillingstürme if you are to remain by the Kaiserinnen's side when this is all over. Would you like to stay at my place? I have a little mansion in Boxhof. I just had the walls repainted. Brent planted some vines, which he says goes well with the walls. But to be honest, I'd like a second opinion before I commit. Frau Löwenstein, Kur. Yeah, what is it? How might one stop the performance of the goodness Gazans? Why do you ask? This performance has been the most important part of das Kaiserinnensfest for the last 23 years. So many people are waiting in the amphitheater in front of the spires. I'm almost gotten to the bottom of these tragedies. I'm sure the enemy's plan has something to do with the goodness Gazans. They cannot be allowed to succeed. And how do you learn this? Have you told Ivignata? I don't know who to trust. I can't stop thinking about who killed my father. You suspect their majesties? Your Empress's voice, Viviana. Who's there? A friend. He's keeping watch. The Empress's casters are coming. So soon? It will take more than 10 minutes to neutralize them. The performance of the cultists is about to begin. Don't fight them. I'll be with you, Viviana, no matter what you do. You believe me? Do you even need to ask? Besides, I can't let you put yourself in danger. You want to stop the Reichsorchestra from playing the cultists, right? I'll take you there. Oh shit, nice. Now we got 3 on our side. They've gone out? What? The candles on the stairs. The room is so much darker now, don't you think? What are you doing? Stay away from the door. There are less people out there now. Have they gone after that lovely Empress's voice? Frau Hochberg is suspected to have fallen under your influence. She will be taken into custody until the conclusion of the celebration. It was a mistake to allow her to meet with you. A mistake, you say? You knew the new Empress's voice was the daughter of the Kurfürst and had the favor of Evignat. Compared to working in Grimmart's Dark Spire, you clearly show more interest in its twin, the White Spire. So you let the Empress's new favorite come in without the proper checks just to curry favor with her. What are you babbling about? But you soon realized the danger. Let me guess, Viviana did something unbefitting of her status after she left, didn't she? Now you're afraid, Grimmark, then her executors will not tolerate such a gross error. You would lose any chance of promotion, perhaps even your freedom. So why did you make a second mistake then? What? Music? How can this be? Grimmark, please, Nine, spare me. I can't listen. Too late. There are just too many instruments in the Fania. Your arts units, like your souls, are laid bare before me. You're knocking. You dared not carry your instruments with you in my presence, so you left them outside the door. But in your haste you forgot the protective arts. You forgot that vibrations can be transmuted. The tiniest tremor of a string, and you're hearing my music. Oh fuck, dude. She has definitely not given up yet. Oh, here they are. Take my crown, would you? Yeah. Your fingers are cold. Sorry, how about this? That better? You've been clutching your sword all day. Its chill has rubbed off on you. It's time. We should head to the bridge. Hildegard. Yeah, what is it? Am I pretty today? As always. Grimmark! Evignade! Your wolf cub is here. Go first, Liselotte. The people are waiting. We've always walked out onto the bridge together. Nothing is obliged to stay the same forever. I'll find you before the performance begins. So why are you here? I thought you preferred it down below. I have an urgent matter to report. Bring my violin, we'll talk on the way. 9! Please, you must order the celebration to be halted. The Witch King's remnants are in the crowd planning a massive attack. Proof? Please just give me a little time, I'll find the proof. You didn't used to be so brash, Michael. That reckless sancta has changed you. Federico, the Lateran executor, believes that a larger incident is in the works, and has something to do with Arturia. We should interrogate her. What does she know about the cultists who are supporters? What are she and her accomplices planning? As long as the performance of the cultists can be delayed, I see you believe the celebration to be a mere festivity. The Kaiserinnensfest first took place 23 years ago on the day we killed the Witch King. But there were no empresses and no celebration, only soldiers fallen in battle and a tired and frightened people. We defeated the Witch King in the early dawn and spent the next few hours cleaning up his followers. At dusk, Liselotte and I descended the spire, walked down his bloody steps, and announced our victory with Do It. Today, the 10,000 people of the ensemble come from every kreis, from all 4 corners of Lefania. Every Lefanian, every friend of Lefania, and every enemy of Lefania has their eyes on the twin spires, on Grimart and Evignade. And you want me to suspend, even cancel the ensemble based on the hypothesis of a Lateran executor who has already caused his fair share of trouble in our country? Perhaps I expected too much of you. You should have known I would respond like this before you even spoke. If you truly believed in your judgment, you should have acted on your own. On that account, the daughter of the Werner von Hochberg is far more resolute than you. What? How long have you been with me, Michael? 7 years? It's time to let you go. What? Why would you say that? There comes a day when one must show more responsibility for the sake of Lefania's future. Bring me my violin. This time I went to the bridge. Oh fuck, they're making a huge mistake. Everyone's gonna fucking die. The orchestra is 10 meters below us. The sun has painted the clouds red. 3 minutes 50 seconds until the performance begins. I will fire a blank. The noise should cause some of the musicians to scatter and interrupt the performance. The musicians of the Reichsorchestra are all Marzasters, each one the equal of an empress's voice. You would be drowned in ours the moment you showed an intent to attack. The equivalent of 97 empresses' voices then. Plus 2 squads of opposing casters for a total of 120. I can give you 3 minutes. You must secure the remaining 23 seconds on your own, Senora Hochberg. 3 minutes? But if this is the only way, delay the casters, leave the rest to me. The shadows of the twin spires stretch out as the sun sinks towards the horizon. They swallow up the shadows of the musicians, of Cora, of Viviana herself. She has never felt her power unleashed like this. She is reminded of that flickering candlelight in the spire. It was a tiny flame that only illuminated a corner of the bed, leaving the other corners, the spiral staircase, and the night beyond the spire in total darkness. There was a time when she couldn't admit that the darkness would linger in her eyes longer than that tiny speck of candlelight. Success! I cut off the connection between some of the musicians and their instruments. What's going on? We're being affected by somebody's thoughts. You, Frau Löwenstein, are you being held hostage? You could say that. 9. I'm sorry, Emily. You're in league with each other? I made my choice and I will not hesitate. Could you please just put down your instrument for a while? There are fluctuations of Ars energy coming from below the twin spires, and some commotion from where the orchestra is. The Witch King's remnants? Possibly. Strange, there should be a Gesalts Watcher in the area, but I don't see any. Why? I see. The Kaiserinnen knew that something terrible would happen here. They are prepared to abandon the twin spires if necessary. They'll even abandon all the... Meine Herr! You were from Sturmland, yeah? Why do you look like someone spooked you? The ensemble is about to begin. Here, I have an extra flute. You can borrow it. A flute? This performance is not to be missed. Man, you can't be here. Go, leave the amphitheater. You'd like a better position? I suppose we could squeeze. I'm not... Do you not see these? See what? The dice I'm holding. My arts unit. What are you doing? You'll give yourself away. Does it even matter at this point? Look around. There must be 10,000 people here. No, we can't even worry about that now. All we can do is save as many as we can. Even just one more. It's too loud here. I can't hear a word you're saying. Look at me. Look at my arts. Do they remind you of anything? I am an Urtica. My arts come from the same lineage as him. You should be afraid. Run. Amazing. Do you hear that? The Imperial musicians just played the first note. The performance of the Goodness Gesarts has begun. A black arts orb rises from his hand and into the air, exploding into a reddish-black shadow. It is quickly buried by even more brilliant rays of arts. Ah, fuck. They're completely ignoring him. Oh, shit. Look at that. Holy fuck, that's awesome. Actually, no, give me a second here. That is gorgeous. Anyway. Rays created by various original arts interweave in the clouds. Both the melody and the arts come from the people on the ground, all focused on performing the music belonging to Lefania alone, using instruments that also serve as arts units. Even the buildings resonate with the twin spires, turning the empty space around the Kaiserinnensfest tower into a true amphitheater. Oh, fuck. Okay, alright, I'll do another one. You're truly forcing my hand today. The colors penetrating the clouds continue to shift with the splendid melody as though the crowd is performing the color of the sunset of the sky in the sky. It is a feast of sight and sound woven together by arts, the ultimate expression of Lefania's classical aesthetics and mastery over arts. It is a grand spectacle visible from any corner of Zwillingstürme and beyond. Tears begin to fill Ebenholz's eyes. He remembers standing atop the spire of Arturia, gazing down at the plate below. There were many bell towers in the craft shaft, which sang every day at dusk. The people would leave their workshop after a long day of work, and the sound of wheels rolling over metallic roads would echo with the music filling the city. He could see the green-black wilderness if he stood on his toes. Einwald was filled with forests, and caravans brought the ripe fruit into the city whenever they were in the season. Holy fuck, this is so long. Farmers often amplified their scents with us to attract customers. He could always smell the best fruits, even from his high perch. The maid who sympathized with him would sneak a few back from the market as long as no other nobles were watching. The foods were ripe and fresh, unlike the carefully selected, dried and withered food served on a long old table. He could not remember what became of the maid. Did she go join her beloved in the south? Or did she find a new job at the instrument workshop beneath the spire? And when he left Arturia, did he ever look back? Let the dark clouds scatter. Let the morning sun shine. Praise be to Lefania, home of the free. Yes, he had once loved this place from the bottom of his heart. Lefania, the land of divine music, cradle of the arts. The performance has begun. It sounds so harmonious even without the strings. There's a theory I've heard, though I've never tried to verify it. The Goodness contains the will of Lefania. It represents order, harmony and beauty. The golden melody is deeply rooted in the soul of every Lefanian, and is not so easily damaged. That sounds like a form of original arts. It shares some characteristics with our law, but works on different principles and on a different target. So the Goodness is actually a kind of complex art affecting the cognition of every Lefanian who hears it? Cast by more than 10,000 people in ensemble. So we can't disrupt the performance, but what about the enemy? What's their plan? The enemy's plans is undoubtedly the opposite. They want the music to continue, therefore there is only one place they can be hiding. What are you doing? I put down my cello as you asked. Frau Hochberg and I have not prevented any musician from leaving. Your colleagues are either resisting her arts or choose to avoid confrontation due to Frau Löwenstein's presence. You are the only one to have stayed behind. Yeah. Very astute, Sancta. We have waited far too long to hear the music that truly belongs to Lefania. The other Witch King's remnants are amongst the musicians? Stay away from them, Cora. Are you crying? Yeah. I'm listening to the Goodness. The movement is just so beautiful. It reminded me of how much I used to love Lefania. Oh my god, finally, Jesus. I'm so tired, dude. It's so long. Oh my god. Finally. Fuck me. Oh shit.
If you need me to, I'll wreck this place without hesitation.
Don't get me wrong, I love I love doing these stories, but fucking hell, man. They are so long. Oh, this one is super long. That's what she said. That's why it's like, bruh, come on, chill. I wonder if I can... Nah.
I'll give you the stress concentration point measure.
Oh. Well. Fuck. Okay. No. There. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was so fucking lucky. Let's go. These fuckers are gonna die now. Whew. That was dangerous. Oh, fuck. Oh, I forgot to... Shit. I forgot to change out the... Ifrit. Fuck. I just noticed that. Well, fuck. Yeah, nice try, idiot.
I'll give you the stress concentration point measure.
Oh, okay. Fair play. Fair play. There we go. At least the Ibn house works well here. Okay, dude, just... Thank you. Yeah, nice try, bitch. No, stop! There we go.
I'll give you the best plan possible.
Okay. Too funny, too funny. Alright, these two idiots are the last ones. Get fucked, idiot. Oh, okay, there we go. Phew! Oh no, I have to... Oh, fuck. I'm so tired, dude. I was 15 when I entered the Witch King's Spire. I came from an ordinary family in Kaiserinnensfest. I would not have been able to become a noble's attendant, but I heard that Herkumswan made no distinction between nobles and commoners. This was not because he treated commoners particularly well, but because he looked down equally on all who cowered at the foot of his throne. At first my job was to clean his instruments, but Herkumswan no longer played ordinary music, and those instruments had no meaning. Later I was sent to clean the resonance pipelines at the top of the spire. It was not a difficult job, but Herkumswan would not tolerate even a single speck of dust in them. My colleagues came and went. Few got to leave on their own 2 feet. In the end, I was the only one left quietly cleaning at the top of the tower. And 1,000 sunrises and sunsets later, the Witch King's spire fell. Oh. Cut off the way down. Attention all squads, find the sanctuary, do not allow her to enter the amphitheater and interrupt the performance of the goodness gazettes. The target is known to use unusual arts, you have permission to kill if necessary. Hello, were you looking for me? Hurry up! Get information, catcher! Arturia Giallo? Lefania took you in when you became pariah in Laterano. Countless nobles honored you for your remarkable musical talent. The Kaiserinnensfest granted you rights equivalent to spire nobility. So, return to your soul and submit to them, and they may yet allow you to live. That was never an option. What point is there to living if I can't play freely? Then accept your death. Your arts have gotten stronger. You missed your chance to break out Sancta. The goodness gazettes is in progress. Do you see the scene outside? Your politics are meaningless before the golden glory of Lefania. Yes, I can feel that your will is firmer than ever. But is it your will expressing that music, or is it the melody convince you that what you see is what you think? That's irrelevant. The golden melody guides me. My will echoes along with it. You, our enemy, will melt before Lefania's radiance. She's gone? An illusion? There was no music. Why does everyone keep assuming that I create illusions? I warned you, when your emotions are being controlled by a melody that doesn't belong to yourself, you can easily overlook the reality before you. Like where I moved to in that radiance. Behind! Barrier! Too late! Now, I would like to ask you to kindly remove the arts cast on my instrument. There, it's clean now, danke. How did we lose to you? Normally I wouldn't stand a chance, but your souls have become stiff and inflexible due to the bindings of the goodness gazettes, creating innumerable weaknesses in your arts. But why, with arts like these, you could have changed your destiny, enjoyed wealth, fame, and favor beyond reckoning. What meaning is there in defying the Kaiserinnen? I think we have very different views on the meaning of meaning. That was pretty funny. Fame, fortune, status, all merely accessories to a soul that will eventually wither and rot away with the passage of time. Corpheus, Becker, or myself, the only difference is in the whispers of our hearts. I want to climb the tall spire because of a melody, a soul, and a future. And for a promise I made to a friend. I can imagine this scene is not very pretty right now. 10 years have passed since the death of the Witch King. I was attending the funeral of an old friend. After the funeral, I saw a sanctuary with her statue in the amphitheater below the twin spires. Others came and went, but she stood there from noon until sundown. According to legend, even the clouds stopped for the Witch King when he played up on his spire. I wonder, do the clouds remember what the spire looked like back then? I suppose not. Clouds change so quickly after all. My teacher often told me of how he stood beneath the Witch King's spire while it was still standing, playing for the sole sovereign of Lefania. The golden red clouds embraced the dark spire like an extravagant robe. He wanted to come back and see the spectacle again, but wasn't allowed to participate in das Kaiserinnensfest. In fact, he could barely get permission to leave his home. Herr Emmanuel was one of the Witch King's musicians after all, even if just for a short while. Times were hard for him after the Witch King's demise. Few came to say their goodbyes, and you were the only one to truly shed tears for him. I heard you playing at the funeral. It was very touching. Danke. But that doesn't bring even the slightest bit of comfort to my teacher. I asked to play for him while he was still alive, but he refused. During his days of pain and hardship, he refused to dwell on the happiness of the past, nor did he seek any change. He simply shut himself in his room, playing the goodness gazettes over and over again. Through that unchanging melody, he drowned himself in the Lefania's greatness, forgetting love, forgetting hate, and forgetting himself. Yet when faced with death, his heart was still filled with regret. I've heard far too much regret over these long years. Her image of Herr Emmanuel remained that of an energetic. Isn't that how you say energy? I don't fucking. Old man who thanked you with a hearty laugh when you passed him his instrument. I heard that in the end he was too weak to even lift a bow. I thought that without the shadow of the Witch King's spire, the skies of Lefania would change greatly. I thought that going from Verdunian to Zwillingstürme, from the Witch King's spire to the Twin Empress's spires, the melody echoed in the dusk would be somehow different. But both then and now we are like the clouds, unable to control where we drift. You! Why are you not going downstairs? I have no interest in this sort of concert. A melody that binds listeners will is just another form of law. How did you know? As complex as your arts are, their structure is clearly visible to those familiar with original Martin music. In that sense, it's different from Laterano's law. Music should come from the unrestrained beating of the soul, but you turned it into a cornerstone of order, also controls people's wills and wear down their emotions. True bonds between souls are growing weaker. People are increasingly unable to understand one another, unable to respect the emotions of one another, and such do harm to one another. Such a rigid melody is no music at all. Ugh. Oh, so she's... Wait. Is she fucking helping? What? That's what she's been doing the entire time? So this fucking... whatever you want to call it, celebration, music celebration, is to take control of people? With the twins' arts? Is that what this is about? What the hell? Wait. So... Arturia is the good guy here? Oh, the good girl here? I don't... Whatever. The protagonist, not the antagonist. What the... Okay, alright. Well, that completely changed my view on this whole event. Okay. Interesting. We're almost at the top. I should start preparing for the next piece before this one ends. It's almost time to make good on our promise, isn't it? As you said, this is a good place to play. I'll listen. Oh my god, it keeps going. Dude, I'm so tired. I just want to fucking chill. Oh my god. I've been doing this for the better part of the day now. Oh, it's gonna be a bitch to edit this video. Fuck me. Is this my deepest memory? Yes. Sorry. I apologize. Very few have invited me to play their heart's music of their own accord. Most did whatever they could to escape. Yet you have bared your soul to me. For that, I am grateful and overjoyed. I just thought I could show you the depth of the Witch King through my memories. My music simply follows the melody of your heart. It cannot decide what you recall. All I can do is feel your emotions and recreate them. Sounds like you're sculpting then. You could say that. I discover and record rather than change one's true visage. There is only one reason we cannot enter the Witch King's spire in your memories. Whenever you recall his death, there is a hand that truly moves your emotions. An hand that grabbed you amidst that great flood of arts. Whose hand was it? Whose hand was it? It was... Yeah, of course they're not gonna... God damn it, every time. Look out! They're coming one after another. Federico and I will try to hold them off. Your blind is too risky. Grab my hand and stay close. You're so much like him. You mean my father? This is just like when he grabbed me under the Witch King's spire. He grabbed the hand of a servant he'd never met and protected me through one wave of arts after another. You were in the spire that night the Witch King died. You never told me this was how you met. Yeah. I had just lost my sight and was cowering before the half-collapsed stairs. Neither the Witch King's guards nor the twin soldiers would have paid any heed to a humble servant. Instead, a squad from Sturmland found me. It was led by Werner, looking for his missing father and brother in the spire. His heart must have been fraught with worry, but he couldn't ignore me shivering in a corner and pulled me out of the ruins himself. That sounds like him, alright. I would have done the same. You're both good people, very good people. It's such a shame that... What? What? Why are you covering my ears? No need to be afraid, Viviana. It'll pass, this will all pass. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Okay, what a horrible noise. Thank God I didn't turn my volume way up. Jesus. I would have pierced my ears, made me bleed. What's happening? The music has changed. It's hideous. My head, who's attacking me? It's like someone stuffed 1,000 screaming foul beasts into my brain. Those fireworks too, the colors, it's so crass. This is wrong, this isn't right. Am I playing it wrong? Is everyone wrong? Herr from Sturmland, are you alright? Don't touch me. I don't know who you are and I don't want to know. Are you the one who played wrong? Are you trying to break something? Everything? Ugh. Something went wrong with the melody? But how could everyone be wrong at the same time? And how could a simple mistake lead to something so painful? Look at the Twin Empresses spires. Oh, fuck. Huh. It's him, Herkumshorn. I'd recognize that anywhere. His power is eating away at the goodness Gazats. The Witch King's remnants. Where are they? I knew there was some left. It's time to fight, Lessing. You are not affected? By a few dark clouds after what I'd had to live with in my head every day of my life? The goodness Gazats itself, though. It made me miss Urtica. Now that is deeply disturbing. That's the power of the movement. It defines Lefania and its beliefs. I don't want someone else deciding what I should miss, what I should love, and what I should praise. But I'm guessing that whoever it is that's sabotaging the performance is after more than just pranking the Kaiserinnen and the nobles outside Zwillingstürme. Enemy on your left. I know, your side too. Let's do this together. Nice. Nice. Bro fighting, let's go. I didn't think anyone would retain their senses. For once, I'm grateful for everything you've done to me. Pain and chaos in my brain are like old friends by now. Good work. You too. So why are you acting just fine while everyone else is in agony? I'm beginning to suspect that you are a lit sculpted wooden puppet. I was trained from a very young age to deal with this kind of situation. And what kind of situation would that be? The collapse of the goodness Gazats. Please tell me you're joking. Do you see the golden glow rising over the edge of the amphitheater? I've never seen so many Gazats watcher in one place at the same time. Her Majesty's order. Surround Gnade Avenue and Markt Avenue. Do not allow the corrupted goodness Gazats to spread. So many Gazats watcher and Gendarmerie. The entire Zwillingstürme Hof will be on lockdown before long. It's no use. It's too late. Herkumshorn is back. The one true king has returned to Lefania that rightfully belongs to him. Quiet, please. We're leaving. Viviana. Cora, please promise me. Don't say or do anything for now. I might have tried something if it were just Herr Reiner, but there are too many of them, and each of them equal of a knight champion. Why do you not speak? Why should we hide now that the curtain is about to rise? Our dream, our obsession, the moment for which we have given both blood and soul is finally upon us. So why is there no joy in your face? I told you to be quiet. You knew. Since when? I visited Marigold Alley before I went to see Arturia. I wanted to see those drawings again, the images that gave me such warmth. But I didn't find anything. All the drawings, the ones with marigolds in them, the ones with clues leading to the Witch King, all gone. You took them, didn't you? I only needed to take one containing the clues. But I couldn't bear to part with the marigolds either. Why, my suspicions were confirmed the moment you told me you were there the night the Witch King died. When you cleaned the canvas back then, you left a spot untouched. The part showing you. The Witch King's remnants were after witnesses to the Witch King's death. And you were one of them. But you're different from the others. You're not an innocent victim. I didn't want to say it. I didn't even want to ask. Why couldn't I be selfless? Just this once. I'm sorry. I really am sorry, Rihanna. Why? Why do I have to do something I only just found? You should fight together, Concert Master. The Gesaz Watch are here. You've come so far. It would be a shame to die at their hands now. So she's... I thought they were talking about fucking... I thought the Concert Master all along was Arturia, but it was this bitch the whole time? Dude, this single stage has been like, what the fuck moments. Just... If I was naming my episodes like most people do on YouTube, like, you know, if I was naming this episode, it would be, what the fuck is going on? Like, WTF is going on, right? You can't swear on YouTube, but yeah, this is I don't even know. The amphitheater is a scene of chaos. The tuning continues. The Ludwig's Universität incident already proved that only the Kaiserinnen could fight Herkumshorn's arts. What will the twins think of my little show of selflessness of betrayal? I'm not especially concerned. Oh my god, I thought we were done. Oh my god. Do you believe the Goodness Gesaz can completely change its tune? I only care about the result. The last person to revive the Goodness Gesaz was Herkumshorn, but even he did not consider its destruction. The movement is on the foundation of on which Lefania is built. Its destruction will undermine everything: our aesthetics, our habits and uses of arts, the core Fürsten system, the imperial authority. It will bring unprecedented change to Lefania. But change isn't necessarily bad. If it were, we would never have been born. A pair of children born of arts, in defiance of laws of nature. This is just the beginning. That's what Fremont said to Leopold. We were but infants at the time, but I know you understood what this said as well as I did. We were born with a duty to change Lefania. Leopold was afraid of us, which is why he had an army ready to tear us apart from behind the moment we killed Herkumshorn. But we survived. We may not have chosen to be born, but once we were, we had the right to live. 23 years ago, we stood here gazing at the same sunset over an altogether different scene of chaos. You extended your hand to me before we began our long-awaited duel. You said, "This sunset doesn't belong to anyone. Not to Herkumshorn, not to Leopold, not to the Kurfürsten, nor to any other ambitious royal noble." Yeah, you took my hand and we walked here together. There's no need to answer to the Kurfürsten, no need to be manipulated by anyone. Our fate is ours alone to decide. And apparently someone else shares the same desire. Such a curious thing, the human soul. To think that even artificial children would learn human desire after gaining souls. What the fuck? That... What? That threw us... What? That... This... What? That... Oh, okay, no, never mind. That through a simple wish, as simple as can be, the meek may be able to accomplish what even Herkumshorn failed to, and redefine Lefania. You want to ask whether I let Cora roam free on purpose, don't you? Are you not in the same mind on this matter? Our thoughts are linked, even if it's been a long time since the two of us have watched the sunset together. Let's stay a while. It won't take long. Very well. What will the future look like? Would you still watch it with me, Hildegard? How can they see anything up there? It's just clouds. Where's Cora? Viviana? I could hear Brand's voice. He's fighting the remaining cultists. They won't last long. but the other is even faster. Vivienne is silent, but her eyes draw closer. I feel a shadow creep over the top of my foot, as cold as a storm at night. Look out, Concertmaster! Concertmaster! How? My arms went through. This is tuning? Why? I'm sorry, Emily. Like I said, my decision has never changed. Haha, it's nothing. We've betrayed so many in our lifetimes, perhaps too many. Herkumshorn's internal spy, it's so close. I'll be waiting for you on the stairs. Concertmaster. Emily must have turned to dust, dark dust before me. This is how it is for the Witch King's followers. They don't want their bodies to linger on a land that lacks Herkumshorn's favor. She's dead. Most of them are. The remaining resistance will not last long. And the same for me, I suppose. You deceived the followers of Herkumshorn. Yeah, the Kaiserinnen's instruction was to become the Concertmaster of the Witch King's followers. To become hope and lure, and to lead them into an abyss by their own volition. Okay, so she's not a traitor. Okay, she gained their... Okay, double agent. Nice. Cool. Okay, cool. So we don't have to kill her. Good. Alright, that got me though. That got me. It's been 23 years. Everything about the Witch King, the long nightmares, the deep-rooted fears, the meaningless ambition should have been gone from this country a long time ago. So why is the tuning still going? Because, Werner, did the Kaiserin order Fire's death? I tried to persuade him. I tried so hard. I wanted him to hand over the copy of the Zwillingstürme so I could move it elsewhere, but he was concerned that the Witch King's remnants would catch on and thus nullifying the bait. I asked him if maybe Brand could arrive at the scene earlier and save him at the scene of the attack, but he refused. He said he was already dying and would soon get to see Lucinda. A few more days wasn't worth dragging both you and Sturmland into it. But you'd have gotten there if only he held out for a few more hours, or less. He was too determined to leave and gave up too easily. The day Werner died, I recovered the copy of the movement and watched you return to Sturmland, walking the path paved for you so similar to his. And I made the choice that I had long been brewing in my heart. The Zwillingstürme. You're using Herkumshorn's art to tune the music. You're trying to destroy it, or rather influence it holds over all the Fanians. They say that fate is an endless spiral staircase. If so, the Zwillingstürme is the staircase trapping the Fania. Stairs built 1,000 years ago, glorious and beautiful on the outside, yet rotted to the core on the inside. I've seen so many people trapped within. Herr Emanuel, Gerhard, Frida, Loris and Brandt, all suffering the tidings of fate, helpless to change it. Dude, what the fuck? When did she become the main character in this fucking event? What? I'm so mind blown right now. So the Witch King's spires fell. Yet more rose to take its place. Those beneath the spires wish to climb them, while those atop them aspire to an even higher perch. They come and go up and down in endless walls of hatred and conflict, pain, sorrow, and regret filling the souls of one generation of Lefanians after another. You too, Viviana. Once you enter the Kaiserinnen's spires, you will only speak what they want you to. I can see, I have already seen how you will be forced to live a life you don't want, just like your father before you. The Zwillingstürme never changes. The Fania never changes. Tragedy never changes. War never changes. Any Fallout fans? Okay. Unless we free ourselves from the movement of the past. You say you want to change our fate, but who are you to decide who gets saved and who gets sacrificed? I can't, it's not my place, nor is it anyone's. You want to destroy the old order. But where is the new order? Can you guarantee it will be better than yesterday or today? I can't, our future isn't for someone like me to decide. Those who died for the plan, and the people right before us, don't you realize the pain they're in? I hear them, their screams, their laments. I will never stop hearing them, not until the day I die. Then why do you have to be the one to change everything? Because I can. That's the only reason? Someone has to. My life never had much meaning to begin with, except for one speck of light that never truly belonged to me. I know I would do anything to keep it from going out. I can't condone your cruelty, arrogance, and irresponsibility, and as such I must stop you. Of course. Disaster has already struck, and by my hand I've caused so much death, with even more to come. Just stop this. I can't, not after what it took to get this far. Do you know what it is about your actions I agree with the least? You really are heartless. Okay, so we are going to... So she is a villain. Fucking goddamn it, dude. No! Viviana. Cora. Oh, she's dead. I know. You're soft on the outside, but firm on the inside. You just can't turn your back on other people's pain. You don't want to make things difficult for Brand either. You're always thinking of others even now. And I'm glad I got to die at the hands of the one I love the most. I'm sorry. Are the clouds beautiful today? No need to be afraid, Viviana. It'll pass. This will all... She embraces me. I can feel her hand on my back, trembling. I want to hug her and comfort her like I used to. Perhaps I did. I talked so much, even though I had already begun to go numb from blood loss. I can imagine her lake-like eyes beginning to rain, her gentle complexion warped by torment. She only just learned that I've never clearly seen the faces of her father and mother. Through Werner's words, I could only imagine how they looked, how they met, and how they fell in love. After all, I went into that dark spire the day I came to Bedunion. On the day I left it, I could no longer see. Everything I know that's nice and beautiful, including Brand, was brought to me by Werner and Lucinda. Except for one thing, except this. The day that Werner brought the girl down from the spire to me, the day that I touched her soft, timid hand, the day that I wiped away her tears. That was the day that I became certain of it. I loved this child, and not because she was their daughter, but because I saw in her something that none of us had. You deserve a better life than this, Viviana. If there really is one. 23 years ago, I heard the sound of fighting from below and gave the resonance pipeline at the top of the spire a little push. Just a little push, something anyone could do. He created the tiniest gap in Herkumshor's defensive arts. He had never imagined that a humble maidservant would have the courage to betray him. Today I tampered with the resonance pipelines of the Twin Empress's spires. All I did was restore the Red King's tuning components according to the arts he left behind in the copy of the Gundiscasarts, then activate them with my own humble arts. Life is too short. Do nothing, you have no trace left, and you leave no trace behind, like the clouds floating past the spires. But no one should drift with the wind like that, unable to determine their own future. Many desires change. I'm just the first to extend my hand. I hope that after this, all good people, all the people I love, will have a true future. Please be fucking done. Oh my god, I can finally relax. That was a very sad ending though. Christ. Oh my god, that was so long. I'm not even gonna... Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say anything. Thank you for watching, comrades. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, do leave a like. If you have any thoughts about the long ass episode we just were forced to do. Oh my god. Do leave a comment. If you like what you saw here and you want more content from me, do subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. And I will see you tomorrow once again for more Zwillingstürme in Herbst. Yeah, as always, comrades, I will see you very soon. Have a good one. Das Vidania.